name is Vida in Semilabi. Now Mrs. Watting. Okay, so I'm an HR officer. I work in a manufacturing company, Gilson Manufacturing. And I also do my own small business. I have a page on Instagram, VLab Creations. I do cakes, wedding crafts, catering, beading, and a whole lot. In fact, I'm a woman of many activities. Yeah, so that's a little about me.
My name is Donalson in Boating. I'm into rabbit farming. I'm a graphic designer. And I also do marketing for KJ Productions. They produce a product called Chiami Bitters. So we mostly do the marketing and the distribution for them. We met on Vida Manoke Kami's page on Facebook. I made a post. Okay, she saw it and she was in my DM to come and console me. Because at that time I think I was suicidal or something like that. So she was in to come and console me, and that was how the friendship started.
So just like my husband said, we met on social media, Facebook, on Abnamanoke Kami's page. Okay, so like he said, I just slide into his DM and I was like, okay, I relate to what he's going through and I want to encourage him to be strong, everything will be well. And he has a son. So my focus was more on his son because I also had a daughter and I'm a single parent. So looking at him being a single parent, what he's going through, I felt that I could relate. So I just was like, oh, just be strong. If not for anyone, for your son. So whatever you're going through, I want to be a friend. So you can talk to me and share your problems. We can be talking. So it wasn't like we even had plans of dating on anything. It was just on a pure, like trying to reach out to someone who you feel has similar issues like yours. So that's where we exchange contacts and hello, hi once in a while. And he sees my status, oh, beautiful. I said, thank you. So that was how everything started.
I didn't propose. Maybe during our 5th anniversary, maybe I will propose. I didn't do that. I just asked the question I think 3 months after we made everything official. I think I asked would the family give me pressure? Should I come and do knocking? I wanted to.
I think you rather asked. You were like, Mommy, how is the process like taking a list from your family?
But my concern was on maybe after taking the list, the pressure that will come. Yeah. I wanted to make commitment. But I was also thinking about maybe after taking the list, a month or 2 later, they will call you. So when she told me, no, they will not give me the pressure, I said, okay, then let's do it. I think our first, we scheduled a date. We had a date for the knocking, but unfortunately, a very, very close friend of mine died. So may so rest in peace. So we have to get a new date for the knocking. It happened, and God be so good. Everything went as planned. We wanted to do it on budget. We didn't want anything big. We wanted to get married, but not to spend much. And she is into that event organizing, cake making, catering services, and all that. So as for the wedding, the only thing I chose for myself was my suit and my groomsmen. The rest, she did it. So maybe you can tell them how everything went.
Okay, so right from the day he asked the question, how would it be like taking a list? And I was like, is that a proposal? I mean, like, we are just into friendship, getting to know each other. Then you ask me, you asked me how is it to take her late. So I was like, I was sitting. I remember the whole scenario. We had just finished eating, so he came to visit me. So we're just sitting down when he popped that question, and so it took me aback, and I was like, okay, so this is for me actually. So right from that day, I started planning in my head. I started planning my wedding in my head, and then we're also looking at budget and not to spend so much. So because at that time we were all not really on that level in terms of financial, but we really wanted to do something simple within our budget. So I do cakes, I do beading. So I was like, this one, I can do everything. The only struggle I had was time, because I'm working for someone else and all that. So after work, and luckily for me too, I had friends who came to help. I did a bit of fashion. I tried learning fashion, and COVID came, so I couldn't further it. So I had a bit of knowledge about those things. And then I had a colleague who was with me during the fashion school. So I contacted her and I was like, Teresa, I'm getting married. And she was like, yay, she's happy. I want to be the one to sew your gown. I was like, oh, I saw the gown, don't worry, I have it already. I just want you to do the traditional dress and everything. And she was like, I would love to do it. So I went to her, we thought of the concept, what we want and all that. And so I started scouting for kente online and all that. Then I met one lady, Dede Kente Bar. She was so nice. She gave us a good payments plan. So we bought it, I took it to my friend, then she did everything. So after she's done with the dress, she brought it to me and I did a beading. And then for my wedding dress, in fact, my wedding dress, I don't know how I should put it, but it's kind of personal and a bit spiritual for me, because I had this dress way back. I actually was in a relationship that almost led to marriage, and it didn't happen. So I said, no, this dress will be my point of contact. So I was praying with Alpha Hour. Anytime I'll just use the dress. I said, God, this dress, I need to wear it. So that was something I had about the dress, but I needed to change it to suit my new situation now, because that is my past. So I went to her and I showed the dress to her, and she was like, okay, we can do something about it to change it. It was actually a sleeveless dress, so then we had to sew a coat, a long sleeve coat within. Then I did the beading. So after work, I'll come, bead small, sleep. The next day I continue. So that was how we started. Everything was me. My bridal fan, the flowers. I even did fabric flowers, not artificial. So I used ribbon, satin ribbon, to do my flowers. So I did everything myself. Every night, like I said, I would touch something small and do it and all that. Even for my souvenirs, I did it myself. I do liquid soap. So I package liquid soap. And then where I work, we are into production of also liquid soap, antiseptic and all that. So I bought antiseptics from the company, added to my liquid soap. We bought napkins, key holders, pens. So I did everything, the packaging and everything myself. So when he said he wants us to get married, he went for the list.
We changed
Yes.
our date.
Yes.
Because my dad was, I lost my stepmom in the UK, so dad had to be in Ghana. And when he came, he wanted to be part of the wedding. So he pleaded for us to change the date so that he can come and sit in. So I have to listen to him. So we changed the date. So it took us, I think, 3 to 4 months to plan the wedding. The only thing that we didn't do, or she didn't do, was the photographer.
And then deco.
And deco, one beautiful, nice
lady. And I would like to appreciate her.
And then the photographer, they also
did very well. Yes, and then the catering, my family did everything. Yeah. My mom is a caterer, so and my aunties.
When she brought the bill for the food concerning the vendors, she was on Instagram
scouting looking for.
And the price that was coming, I told her, if this is the price, then maybe you ship the wedding to this. Because the bills were that huge. So we came out with a suggestion that your mother is a caterer. She has been cooking for people and all that. So why don't we allow them to do their magic? So we bought the food, stuffs and all that, and it came out very nice.
Yeah.
So I was really fortunate because I didn't spend much apart from decor and photography. Yeah, because what the caterers were taking, comparing it to what we spent with Matthew and the rest cooking, I think it was okay. We spent not more than 25,000.
Beginning, when we started doing this whole thing, we'll come together, then we'll take a pen and paper, we'll be listing the names of people. And beginning, we wanted 100.
But after the list, we realized we will get more than
100.
So we didn't actually have a guest list like for 200, but we planned it for about 150 to 200
people. Yes.
Yeah, but I think we had even more than
that.
But it was okay.
My little girl also did the magic. The lady who did the deco for me, she was with me at my former company, Noble Realty, where we used to work. So I was more like her boss. And there was a slight incident where I handled it very well for her. So I think she even told me this on the day I called her, that I'm getting married and I want you to do my deco for me. She was like, I'll gladly do it. There's something you did for me that I always want to repay you. So I'll use this moment. In fact, she didn't take anything from us. All she needed was for us to pay for the rentals. She did everything, even the local bar. I was like, oh, Grace, her company is Obrimpon Events. Yes, I like to appreciate her. She was like, Madam Vida, this one, I want you to have a local bar. I said, no, I can't. I just want something simple. She said, no, you leave it. Let me handle that. And in fact, she did so well. Everybody praised her asana. It was so nice. And I would like to
I wasn't actually expecting the local bar.
Yes. We didn't tell him. It was a surprise. She said, just leave it. At some point, I thought it wouldn't even come up. Because the way the prices were so going up, I was like, don't stress yourself. Just do something simple for her. I said, no, you don't worry. You leave it up to me. So when I came and I saw it, I was so happy she was able to pull that up. So Madam Grace, thank you so much. Obrimpon Event. I love you so much. And then my nails was done by a friend, Winwo Palo. She did it for free. My hair is dreadlocks. Her sister did it. Interlocking before the night before my day. She also did it for free. So I had a lot of free things. My friends were happy. I'm the type that I always show up for my friends. I'm always there. So when I told them, those I knew could help, when I told them I was getting married, everybody was like, what can I do? What can I do? You know, that. And then Mr. and Mrs. Amenya, Glorious Mary and their husband, they were so supportive. Very, very, I was her chief bridesmaid when she was getting married. So I think her bouquet, she handed it over to me. I just modified hers and I used it that day because it was also part of my prayer anytime I pray. So she was like, Vida, I told her, oh, we are doing something simple. One day, and they said, no. I'll take care of the engagement food. So she took the charge for the engagement food and everything. She and her husband, I want to appreciate her so much. And then the DJ too, it was my cousin and the... It was my cousin and the husband. They put that bill.
No. The worst vendor on that day was the sound man.
The sound man.
The DJ was bad.
We gave him a list, but he actually played the song he preferred to play on that day.
It was bad. And one thing to our MC didn't come.
Yes.
My side was they asked me not to drive that day. I think the whole week my mother said I should not be behind the steering, but something happened. When we were coming, we were late because I and a few people knew the place, and I was in one car with them. So the others will go and they will call, they will wait. So the back and forth, I decided no, I have to drive one car. So when I was going, mommy was saying, you could drive ahead, then get back. But I have to get behind, and then we got there. So we were really late. When we got there, the family they were annoyed, but when they
very late,
you don't have much to say.
The nights where my lady had to come and do the deco, you know, usually you would have to come in the evening because we are doing it in the morning to do the setup. And then in the morning, by the time we wake up, everything is done. Then she was like, I have a little issue. So I kept calling my aunties to be like, hey, it's deco run on best started. I didn't hear not china or power. I'm like, she will come. I've just spoken with her. And I had so much faith in her, so I wasn't worried. Okay, I wasn't worried. Until the point she called me that there's an issue, so she cannot come this evening because their car is down. So she'll come early in the morning. I said, hey, sweetheart, this thing, we are doing it early in the morning. Oh. My pastor said, I don't want us to be late. He was like, don't worry, we'll come. Then as at the time they were doing my makeup, she still hasn't showed up. And guests were coming, and this lady hasn't come. So I had to call her, and she said, police has stopped them. I was like, hey, police at this time. Then she was like, don't worry, I'm coming with a lot of people. It will take less than 30 minutes because we needed something simple. So it's like, Vida, don't worry, relax. I don't want you to stress. I want you to look beautiful. Forget about me. Just dress up. And I said, yeah, can I dress up without deco, without, I mean, it will look some way. She was like, no, Vida, I'm trusting this. I'm a worker, I'll be worried. So she said, whatever happens, we'll take another car and come. We'll just park the car and come. I said, okay. So I remember I was upstairs where I was dressing, and I even saw my boss coming, and the deco was still not done. And he waved at me, and I was like, God. Then my makeup artist, and she's Becky. She's also a friend. She's into makeup. Thank you so much, Becky. She did it for free. She didn't take anything from me. Then she was like, Vida, relax. And so I'll make up in effect. Forget your young deco cry, very worried. So I was like, okay. Then finally I saw the car coming. I was like, thank God. And to my surprise, yes, she did stay within time. Less than 30 minutes, they were done. I don't know how they pulled that magic, but she was done. And then everything started. So in a way, that even covered my husband up when they were late. It would have been very, very some way, so obvious. But for the family, we knew he was late. But for the others, the concentration was on the deco. So that was one of those down moments we had, but everything was pulled up nice.
The traditional was just family and a few friends.
That one we restricted it, and it was on a Friday, on the 8th of December. Yeah. And you know, Donalson started actually from us. So on that day, light off, so even my makeup, we couldn't do it inside. So the cameraman didn't really get a proper shot from the inside. I had to come and sit at the balcony for them to do it. The light kept going off, on and off. So we had to go and rent a generator set and all that. Yeah.
Traditional wedding. It was when I was trying on kente for the first time with my boys. I had not tried kente on before, so that was my first time. I'm in front to mine. I had to even hold it. The thing was too heavy on my hand. And any little time they say push it up, push it up. It was funny though, but it was really exciting. And then seeing her coming out with her friends. I was emotional. It was a good day.
Yeah, it was.
Finally, I was getting married. Yeah, it was a nice day.
Oh, for me, my happiest moment. For me, right from when I realized everything was just set, my face just lighted up from that moment. I was so happy. And then when the man who stood in as my dad, I was champagne, asked me, should we take the list? I said in my head, okay, this is it. So I was so happy. I said yes. And, you know, seeing everybody happy for us, it made me happy. And I saw my kente vendor there. I remember when I called her that she should hold on to the key until we've changed the date. She got a bit scared. She was like, hey, what's happening? I said, oh, don't worry. It's this one. It's not anything that will affect the marriage. It's just a few weeks, so everything will be fine. Because the first date was actually going to fall on his birthday, September. That was how we planned it. Yes. So when Daddy came in and the death of the stepmom, we just needed to adjust and change the time. So I told her, oh, don't worry. And she was like, I'm praying with you. I don't know you from anywhere, but I don't know why I'm clicking with you ever since you bought from me. I really want this marriage to go on. I was like, okay, thank you, Dede. And when we were dancing and everything, I saw her. I was so happy to see her because I think she said she came all the way from Somia, and we're doing the traditional wedding at Ashaliboshe. Yes. So when I saw her, I was so happy to see her there.
The white wedding was normal. That one too, we were late. And it was my fault. In the morning when we were packing my stuff for the wedding, when we were heading to our hotel, I packed everything, but I forgot to take my boxer shorts. So when everybody was done dressing and I was about to dress, before I realized I didn't have it. So we have to move a car and go around looking for one. So that was one of the reasons why we were late. But I think the event was beautiful. It was a success. That was one of the down moments. Because they wanted me, the boys wanted me to go like that. But as I was also saying, what if you go and something happens? It's not nice. So I have to go and then look for. So that was one of the bad things that happened that very morning.
Well, and also on my side, because I was the one doing my own cake and all that, and after the traditional wedding, I think I started feeling the tiredness and everything. Like it started dawning on me. So I remember the night even before I slept, I was so tired, and I set an alarm to wake up early and finish the cake, my wedding cake. So what I did was, because I didn't want to spend much time on it, after baking the night before, we packaged everything in a small bowl to share. So the ones that will be presented are dummy cake, and the last one was the real cake. So for just the cutting and everything. And you know, the alarm blew and I didn't hear it. I was so tired. So when I woke up, I was like, hey. So I started working on the cake as fast as I can. And then on the wedding day, I didn't use my natural hair. I had to put on a wig, and the lady, that one, it was a vendor. I don't want to mention her name because I wasn't happy about the end of whatever happened. And then they kept calling me, where's your husband? He's not in the church. Where's your husband? He was late. Like, apart from the boxers, I think they had issues with their car or something. Because then I'll call him, baby, what's happening? The church, they are calling you, they're putting pressure on me. I don't like this, because my makeup artist didn't like the fact that everybody kept calling my phone. Where's your husband? Where's your husband? He's late, because he's supposed to come before we, the ladies, come in. So after she was done with everything, then light off again. And a night before, I was supposed to hang my wedding dress. And because I was so tired and I slept, like the sleep just took me. I didn't do all that. So when I took it out of the bag, it was a bit scrambled. I needed to press, and then the light was off. It's like, and my girls were like, "Vida, Shenisa, you?" I'm like, no. And one person, I'm very particular about what I wear and how people will see it. So I was like, no, somebody will see that it's not pressed well. No, I need to. She was like, we are late. I said, no, let me just get this straight. The man is not even there in the church. So why are you people stressing me? So I think it got them a bit pissed off, and nobody wanted to even help. It was one of the down moments. They all left it on me. And Becky, who was my makeup artist for the traditional, was like, Vida, where is the dress? Then we took it. Then she would hold this side, I'll hold this side. Then we just, when the light came, I said, hey, light's not about. You get in time before it goes off again. And we're just rushing out and all that. But finally, we were done. But the photographer wanted to keep us, and I told him, look, I'm happy my day has been like finally I'm getting married. I don't need all these things. Don't worry. Let's go to the church. So the photographer was like, no, I want this shot. I said, no, don't worry. And he was like, Madam Vida. I said, don't worry. So I didn't even take that picture that we take, with your girls after. I didn't do all that. I just dressed up and then we just prayed. And quickly, I went into the car. And even when I got there, my man was already there. They had started everything. And then they said we should wait because the pastor is preaching. Then I was like, I should have listened to the photographer. Why didn't I just allow him to do whatever he wanted to do? But I was rather thinking about the guests. My mind was more focused there that no, I don't want anyone to insult me, let me just leave. So I just left. I didn't get all those pictures. But, everything came out well. The white wedding was nice, really nice. I liked everything about it. But after we were done, our MC didn't show up.
It was one of the groomsmen, Kelvin. Yeah, he did well. I asked him whether he would be able to do it, and he said, yeah, he will be able to do it. So he did it, and he did it quite well.
People didn't even notice that he wasn't the original MC for the day. Yeah, and the MC is actually a friend. And when I reached out to him that I'm getting married, he was so happy. Oh, Vida, I'll gladly do this for you. He's actually someone in the media. I wouldn't want to mention his name, but anytime he sees this, he will know. Today I'm telling him I was really hurt, but I've just put that behind me. Because he asked me, what would you want to do? Any fun activity? I said, right now, where my mind is and the pressure in planning, handle that aspect. Do anything you think that would be nice for us. So I left everything to him to get it done for me. I sent him, I think a night before, I wanted to a final reminder. Then I was like, tomorrow is the day, finally, blah, blah, blah. But because we were the one doing everything ourselves, it didn't occur to me that he has not even responded to me. Because I had spoken to him a couple of times, so I was so 100% sure he was going to turn up. Then on the day too, I realized I said, no, he will come, because if anything, you should just call me, I can't make it. Then quickly, I find someone else and all that. Because before then, my aunties had someone they wanted me to, and I was like, wait a minute, my friend is good, and he will handle it for me. Then reception, we get there, I'm calling, and the line goes through, he doesn't pick. My message has been read, all right. And I was like, what's happening? So yeah, it's actually got to me. I didn't even want to get down when we came back from the church and we had to step out to the reception. I was sad. And my husband was like, but what's wrong with you? Do you know what happened at people's day? Yours is just an MC who didn't turn up. Come on, get up, cheer up. Then Rosemary, my friend, will come. Like, Vida, forget it, cheer up. So when he said, let's find someone, let's find someone to do it, then he called one of the groomsmen, and Kelvin. And Kelvin is my classmate. Yes, he was part of my class. He's a very good friend. And he handled the day so well for us. So everything was perfect. In fact, people didn't really see the down part. It was just us, because we knew how things wanted to go. So we felt that aspect. A lot of people didn't really realize all that. Yeah.
So as we always do, the men, we leave it for the women to, what we say is their day. And then we will focus on our suits and then our groomsmen. So I think even though it's her day, I think you should also get involved in choosing the vendors and calling in to ask them. Because one thing I've realized about this thing is the disappointments are more. If you don't take care, it will mess up your day. I remember the day we were going to take our suit. We went to fight that day. Myself and our groomsmen, we went there, and the man had not finished. He has not gotten it. It was left with 2 weeks to the date. So we went there, we said, you should give us everything. We are taking it to another person to finish. Before he said the following week we can come for it, and then we went for it.
Yes, and everything too should be prayerful. we should be very prayerful, because I remember prior to the wedding, I dreamed that we were late. Yes, I had a dream that we were late, and that when my makeup artist was doing my face and all that, I was still doing beading on my dress as at the day. So when everything happened this way and there was lateness and everything, after the wedding, it came to me, I was like, wow, I should have worked on this dream, because it's like, in a way, it found its way to harm us. I don't know what happened, that police has to worry the deco on the way, the car had to break down, and then on that day, I just slept and forgot, like I was tired. My husband and their team, their car, the boxes, everything was just, it was after the wedding that I was like, God was just telling me that our time and we should work on it, but I didn't really consider all that, or probably I took it for granted. So now I'm more concerned, or even I take more, how do I put it, for lack of better words, like I am more careful with the dreams that I have, and I like to, if I have to pray or fast, I do it, because my wedding taught me a lot. It taught me that I shouldn't take dreams for granted.